See, like there. That'd probably be a good point where I just cut it.
Yeah, well, you didn't, so...
Well, no, I mean, when I'm editing it, I'll probably just put in a cut right there between episodes.
Pew, 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 pew.
Oh no, it's Dr. Wily's most fearsome creation. A fucking eyeball with legs. That polar bear is kind of fearsome. Ha!
Oh, missed it.
Hey, like that? Ha! Gonna get you.
Canadian polar bear. Well, fuck you, polar bear.
It's kind of like fucking Shovel Knight. There's griffins and like King Knight's level that they breathe energy at you, and if you get too close to them, they just kind of weakly paw at you. They're like, get away.
Yay, ice physics.
Oh yeah. Don't really have to worry too much about that. Fucking just fucking messing around with Mega Man 1 just a little bit ago. I remembered that game is pretty much like all ice physics. There we go. Oh, yeah. There's another rush letter in this level too.
Yep.
Motherfucking thing. Shit. But as a result, Mega Man X's normal jump feels a little weak when you just...
Motherfucker! I did it again! Well, third time to try to go for the speedrun strat. I'm doing fantastic, and now I'm sucking like a vacuum cleaner.
This is when you reassure everybody by screaming out something like, I'm good at video games!
Well, I'm fantastic at video games, as you can plainly tell. Oh, that's not going to go for the speedrun. Alley-oop.
Oh, I just didn't make it. I mean, it has to be pretty much like right at the very edge in order for you to grab that ladder. Ah.
Yep.
Dead air is fun. It's fun air.
It's dead air is fun air. It also sounds like it's a movie of some sort.
That was fucking... Wily could have screwed you over if he just hadn't put those icicle robots even in there. I don't even know why they're there. Or, well, I guess they're meant to drop icicles on Mega Man, but it kind of defeats the purpose when you build your level so that there's actually a little edge in the way where they need to go to drop it. Oh shit, that's right, you get one chance at this. Or you could get, well, two maybe. Got it!
Yay, ammo.
No, you got Ruh.
Ruh. Ruh is a thing I have.
Come on, Ruh! Did you ever watch a lot of the old American Mega Man animated show?
Oh god, no, please.
Oh god. That show is the best, and by best I mean fucking awful and the worst.
I thought that was kind of entertaining was relatively recently in the Sonic comics. I know, fantastic fucking thing to go, but there was a huge crossover event where it was like basically all of Capcom and Sega were getting together, and you had like Mega Man and X and all of like the Capcom people just kind of getting together to face off against like Sigma.
That's kind of neat.
You even had like Beautiful Joe and like Ryu and stuff like that.
Oh, badass. I love Beautiful Joe.
Fuck you. Go away.
Oh shit. That's a game I should do one of these times. That's a game I'd need to practice first though, because...
What are you talking about? Beautiful Joe is simple and easy and not difficult in the least bit.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot. It totally didn't get the one of the hardest GameCube games fucking award in the year that it came out.
You can play as Dante from Devil May Cry.
Only if I had the PS2 version of it, which I don't. I own the GameCube version of both of them. But there is a Devil May Cry reference in there.
Well, of course there is.
One of the levels is called the Midnight Thunder Boy, which I think is a reference to... Oh, fuck, there's something from Devil May Cry 1.
Well, fantastic. I think it's a reference to something in this one game here.
Oh, God! I play all sorts of games, okay? I've... like, Devil May Cry...
No, you have to know everything about everything, dick.
Devil May Cry 1 was, like, a while ago.
Yep, I like cheating and saying, fuck you to challenge.
I still need to play, like, 3 and 4 at some point. I've only ever played through 1 and 2. Oh, and the stupid DMC one.
DMC, if it wasn't a Devil May Cry game, wasn't so bad.
Yeah. As just any other hack and slash, it is a perfectly functional, just fine game with sort of unlikable characters in it.
So half of AAA games nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, I really couldn't have fucking cared less about his love interest in that game, that girl, Kat. I just felt like she was a fangirl who was self-inserted herself into a Devil May Cry game so she could hang out with Dante. Or a guy who calls himself Dante.
Durnter. He is not Dante, he's Dinner.
Oh, God. And also...
And a freeze cracker is a white guy who's really cold.
Also, so much other about that game was just fine. The hack and slash elements were really good. And the boss fights, if they were any other kind of hack and slash boss fight, I would overlook them. But they're far less challenging than any of the other Devil May Cry bosses. Simply for the fact that they follow that very standard boss trope of, I'm big and imposing, but if you hit me enough, I'll just kind of fall down and then you can do real damage to me until I get back up. Devil May Cry bosses were never like that.
Well, you beat them enough in some of them, in like 4 at least, and they dropped to new where you could wail on them for a bit. But at the same time, too, you had to do some serious damage, like, all at once.
Right.
And then in 4 also, they had some crazy shit where somehow, like, out of nowhere, you're like, playing as Nero with this crazy giant demon arm, you'll just grab bosses and just start whipping them around. I don't know how I'm doing this, but it's amazing.
I mean, in Devil May Cry 1, you had most of the bosses, they always fought you back while you were fighting them. Hell, some of them, like this big puddle of ooze that's on the ground, that you have to light up the room in order to expose its vulnerable point.
Oh boy, the robot fucking thing.
Oh, the halfway point.
The museum, yeah. Where you can see Snake Man, Lizard Man, Flame Man sitting back in there, Plant Man.
Oh yeah, the ones in the back eventually, they repeat themselves eventually.
Well,
this is Megaman 6
I think
Flame
it's supposed
Man.
to be Guts Man that was in that one. Pharaoh Man, Heat
Pharaoh
Man, and Plant Man again.
Yeah, Pharaoh Man. Now I've got your power. Pharaoh Man's just like, pap! And just punches him in the face.
Up in Skull Man and Ring Man. Mm-hmm. Because Ring Man is clearly one of the best ones ever. How did Wily even get in there in the first place?
That is a good question, being he just had to make an exit for himself. Oh, this fucking jester. The first time I played this game, this jester gave me so many goddamn problems. I actually don't know what his weakness is either. I forget. Is it the electricity? It might be the electricity. I mean, I guess at this point you only have 4 weapons anyways, so it's one of those ones. Yeah, but that is fucking head bouncing all over the goddamn place.
Screw this, I'm cheating. Don't even care.
But yeah, but I guess back to what I was saying about Devil May Cry. This black black goo monster called Nightmare that you had to light up the room to expose his weak point. And when his weak point was exposed, he was even more dangerous because he would fire out these little, I guess it's hard to explain what they were. I guess they were flying blades or something like that. He shot him around the room while his core was exposed, so you had to jump on and start smacking it around. I might have made it harder because my favorite weapon in that game were the fire hands and fire feet. So I would just stand on him and charge one incredibly strong blow after another.
And now we get the second set of bosses. But first, we're going to go back to Junkman stage and get the last letter.
Yep.
Pew. And if I almost fucking missed the jump.
And also, one of the best fights in that game were the Nello Angelo fights, which is basically the demon form of Virgil. And
that's even why I like in DMC4 Special, that's his outfit, is that thing.
I mean, those were some of the most extreme awesome fights in that game.
Extreme awesome? What the hell? How do you spell extreme?
Just with X, or like 5 X's, and then you just spell tream after it.
Okay.
Extreme!
And you had the freeze cracker who can, well, freeze stuff.
Yep, the freeze cracker's special ability is that you can freeze lava, which opens up the shortcut.
Well, it's not just a special, it just happens to be one of them.
Right.
Yay, got the S.
Alright, now you can put on the Rush jetpack.
When I get it.
Oh yeah, I guess you have to probably complete the level first, maybe. Actually, don't you have an escape device?
I don't think I ever bought it. No.
Oh yeah, that's right. Fucking forgot about the shop in this game.
Oh no, I can just use it now. Yay, super adapter. Even though I don't have the fist, which makes it just not nearly as good, or the super long range fist, which doesn't make it as good.
Right.
And I can't slide.
Yeah, that is actually one of the bigger problems with that one. But,
But jetpack.
Yeah.
Jetpacks make everything better. Especially backpacks. Jetpacks make backpacks a lot better.
Yeah. But yeah, Devil May Cry 2, I mean, people give it a lot of shit, and I'll admit it's not nearly as good as 1. Definitely not as good as 3 looks like it plays. Not challenging, really. Except for, well, was it the last boss as Dante in that game is actually challenging.
I only ever beat it as the chick. And
yeah.
That's just because I was an asshole and just, hey, it's the final boss. Knife, 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 knife. Fuck you, melee. Knife, 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 knife.
Yeah, the game, Lucia, there's no hard parts in Lucia's game. Not even her final boss. Also, it's sort of silly to know nowadays that Dante is just this freewheeling, happy-go-lucky demon
jackass.
Killer guy. Yeah, but
It's not Vince words, right? He's a jackass.
Yeah, but in Devil May Cry 2, they tried to play him off like a dark anti sort of hero, which made it a little bit goofy.
Pizza, pizza. But I can only have Hawaiian.
I guess they were more or less trying to feel out what people wanted out of Dante back then. They're like, fucking crazy cool Dante from Devil May Cry 1, or dark, brooding, not saying much Dante from Devil May Cry 2.
Here's a shop.